Mm, yeah. And okay, so a random question popped in my mind. I hope you don't
Mhm.
mind. Because like, think of things, right? It also leads me to a supply and demand type of question. And of course, like we have some people now. Now this might tap more into your actual career
Mhm.
background, but like when you think about the foods that we eat as a community, like in the Black community and things like that, I
Mhm.
wonder if part of that reason why we don't have certain things in those areas is because are we eating the way that we should be eating? Even if we had access to it, are we eating the way that we should be eating?
That is a very good question. And in the Black community, no, we're not eating the way we should be eating. Um, we we would have, I mean, you've been on Lindbergh. I think there's a total of 6 fried chicken joints on Lindbergh. 6.
Yeah.
And there is maybe one affordable grocery store on Lindbergh, and that would probably be Aldi's. Um, we don't eat the way we're supposed to. So they keep opening all of these fast food joints and all of these unhealthy options because if you think about the Black community and what we deal with, right?
Mhm.
We have single parents, right? Who has
Right.
to work probably multiple jobs, long hours. The last thing that family or mom or dad wants to do is to come home and cook. So they're going to stop and get some food for their family, convenience food, just to put food on the table. So, in a sense, from America's point of view, they're going to put those stores and those food places in those areas where they know they can make the most money off of us. I mean,
Mhm.
it is what it is. That's why there's only one affordable grocery store on Lindbergh and not 3, considering the size of North County and how many communities shop on Lindbergh and eat on Lindbergh. I mean, how many McDonald's are on Lindbergh? I think there's like about 3 of them.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
about 3 of them. Yeah.
yeah.
you know, 3 McDonald's, 2 Panda Expresses, but we can't get, for example, a Trader Joe's.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? We
Mhm.
can't get that.
Mhm.
Um, we can't get a Walmart with fresh food, you know?
Yeah.
We can't get those services out here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And because yeah, our health habits are, tailored towards convenience foods because in our households, we are the providers. We have to provide. And that is a priority,
Right.
you
Right.
know?
It's
Yeah.
almost it's almost like we're trading our health for the sake of convenience.
Yeah.
And it's only well, I'm not gonna say it just seems convenient, but
Hmm.
if we take the time to think about this a little bit more, because it was something that I actually realized when I started living on my own, I realized it was cheaper for me to go to the grocery store than to eat out.
Yes.
Even though buying a bunch of groceries, buying 2 weeks worth of groceries seems expensive, it's cheaper than spending $10 twice a day for lunch and dinner, you know,
Hmm.
for the course of 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
just cheaper. And even though it seems like it will be more work, in reality, there are more health benefits and just financial benefits to actually, taking that into your own hands and then taking it a step further into actually growing your own food. But it's almost like we fall for the illusion of convenience,
Yes.
but it really is affecting our health in our pocket.
Yes. Instant gratification will destroy your health.
Mm,
Instant gratification will destroy your health.
we gonna have to
And
have that.
yeah. um, and until the Black community understands that we will continue to fail in a system that was not designed for us. Um, yes, it is easy getting off of work, getting in that drive-through, but do you know that same amount of time you sit in a drive-through dealing with the bad customer service, cold food, and food that has no nutrition, you can spend that same amount of energy and time by meal prepping, right? Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't like leftovers, and I know a lot of people that don't like leftovers. Meal prepping isn't always cooking your food ahead of time and putting it in a microwave. Meal prepping could be, hey, this week we're going to have hamburgers and salad. The next day we might have, I don't know, pasta or something like that. Why not gather up all those ingredients and prep them ahead of time and then just quickly cook them on that day? I mean, it takes what, if you want to have a hamburger, about 10 or 15 minutes to prep all of that?
Mhm.
Well, what if you took your ground beef, you kept in the refrigerator, and you season up everything already, get your patties made and ready, and all you have to do is take them out and put them in your pan, flip them, put them on some buns, and serve it.
Right.
That same amount of energy and time is the same amount of time that you'll spend in a drive-through.
Right.
You know, it's just a matter of looking at how we can set ourselves up to be successful, have good health, and still have the option of convenience.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. And what you eat is gonna directly correlate to how you feel too.
yeah,
In your body. You know what I'm saying? It's the reason why you can go to McDonald's and feel heavy when you get done eating it. Take
yeah,
it as the feeling of being full, like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
No.
exactly.
Like, no, I don't think that's necessarily being full. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, but really when you eat, you shouldn't feel like I don't want to move.
No, that is not normal. Having the itis after eating is not normal.
You should
Okay.
actually have energy to get,
Yes,
yeah,
food is energy, like for sure. And you can only get food from ripened, fresh food. You cannot get that from produce that is ripened with ethylene gas. Like you
mm,
have to have access to that fresh food in order to get those micronutrients and energy from it.
yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
For sure, for sure. Like
Yeah.
it, like I didn't realize the health benefits, but I always knew it was a difference between fresh broccoli and real broccoli when you cook it. I mean, fresh broccoli and
Yeah.
frozen broccoli when you cook it.
Yes.
It doesn't
Big
taste
difference.
the same. It doesn't, you know what I'm saying? You can tell, like, you know what I'm saying? If you make that broccoli, you gonna see all the nutrients in that water at the
Yes.
bottom, at the bottom, at the bottom. That's where those
Exactly.
nutrients are. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a difference, and I think that's something that we don't always, consider because yes, when you finish eating, you should feel energized. That food that you're eating should make you feel better, not worse. And you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Eat these burgers, we'll eat that fried chicken, we'll do that, and then we'll feel tired and sluggish, and that's the reason why, oh, I don't want to cook today. Oh, I don't want to
Exactly.
it's like,
Or
oh,
we need something sweet.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that fruit has that sugar that you need. You know
It
what I'm
does.
saying? That those vegetables have that energy that you need to get through the day. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what we
Mhm.
consume. It's a direct correlation. All of that fried food, all of that fast food, processed food, like it's not good for us. It's convenient,
Yes.
but it's not good for us. And I'm not saying that I eat perfectly. I don't. But like
Mhm.
you just you when you have to become a little more conscious about these things.
You do. You do. And especially in our community to where we look for instant gratification. You
Mm,
know, people don't want to work hard anymore. You don't understand. We have to have it now. Like, no, we have to have it now. Look at Amazon. Oh, we can give it to you the same day. You know, whether you get it the same day or a week later, whatever that item is, and I've noticed this with myself, I don't even use it. I want it that day, but I'm not even going to use it for like weeks later. Or it might get lost in my house. And when I actually need it, I can't find it. So, I've been working on taking conscious steps away from instant gratification, even when it comes to my own health and wellness. Like, I've been on and off a weight loss journey my entire life. And those quick fad diets and, oh, I got to be vegan to do this, I have to be this, I have to be that. those are those things that we look at to where we think we need to follow this path in order to get to where we want to go. And when it doesn't happen soon enough, we give up,
Right.
you know. Um, and we hear things like, oh, it's a lifestyle journey, it's a lifestyle. If you really think about, if you didn't have to work and money wasn't an issue, what type of lifestyle would you really live?
Right.
you know and we think about these things, but are we actively living that life that we really want?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
goes beyond just, this is what I want and this is what I'm thinking about. We actually have to live that life.
Yes.
And for example, and this is why I started gardening and homesteading and things like that, because I don't want to work to pay bills and die. I'm
Yeah.
not set up for this life.
No.
you know, I don't think I'm ever gonna meet a rich husband or anything like that. So, consciously I have to think about, okay, if I could live the life that I want, what does that look like? And that looks like me not having to work every day just to pay a utility bill. So, I take conscious steps towards looking into, solar energy. How can I get my utilities for free? How can I harvest rainwater and, use that, purify that so that I don't have a water bill? And these are things that I think about and why I want to, homestead and go into that self-sufficiency route, because these are the things that bother me every day, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. And it's very true. There's a book that I read, and it's a popular book called Atomic Habits. And
Mhm.
I'll paraphrase, but there's a part of the book where it's just like when you want to change something in your life, you have to change the perception of the person that you want to be.
Mhm.
So if you say, for instance, my goal is to start working out every day. Like you have to tell yourself, I'm the person that works out every day. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's not because I want to lose X amount of weight. It's
Correct.
the type of lifestyle that I want to adopt. And then start
Exactly.
working towards that lifestyle.
Exactly.
Because exactly like you're saying, like, and I think a lot of people are at this point now where it's just like we're reevaluating. It's that same question. If I could do anything, what would it be? And it definitely isn't this. I'm at that crossroad in my own life where it's just like,
Mhm.
if I was in a different place, what I would do, yeah, that's fine. The work that I do is cool, it's all right, whatever. But in reality, I don't want to work for someone. I don't want to
Yeah.
be told what to do and when to
Yeah.
do it and how to do it. That's
Yeah.
not for me. I don't want to I don't want to give you 40 hours of my week every week. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Be controlled by you. You know what I'm saying? And you have the power to tell me when and when I can't have a day to myself, or if I just need a minute, I can't have a minute. I don't want to keep giving up my power. And
Yeah.
I don't have to give up my power. And I realized I don't have to give up my power because money is only a means to an end. And like we said it in the beginning of the episode, if I'm already struggling, why do I care? You know what I'm saying? If I'm already
Exactly.
struggling,
Yeah.
why do I care about continuing to pursue this for the illusion of what other people say life should be?
Exactly. Exactly. And it makes you think, like, especially with social media, how we look, it's an illusion. We
Yeah.
look at other people's lives and think that's what we want, and deep down it's not.
Mm-mm.
It's not. I've tried so many different ventures in my life, from real estate to entrepreneurship to just all kinds of different stuff, home health and things like that. And I realized that, maybe being an entrepreneur is not for me, and that's okay. And I thought that was something I needed to do because I saw other people doing it. But deep down, I don't want to deal with people every day. I don't want to be responsible. I realized that entrepreneurship is a great thing for people who have the drive and want to work for themselves. You
Mm,
know, I enjoy working in my garden and feeding myself and my family healthy food, you know. So it's a different form of working for myself because I'm not giving my power over to the grocery stores or over to big pharma, you know. So it's definitely, a way we have to look at our life, and we are giving up our power when we are working these jobs, especially dead end jobs where we're not fulfilled.
mhm, mhm, mhm. And I agree with what you're saying. It's just like this could look different. Taking back your power can look different for everyone.
Yes.
It can look
Yes.
different for anyone and everyone. It's all about taking the time to figure out what's going to work for you and what's going to make you happy.
Exactly. And I'm glad you brought that up because even in gardening, it looks different for everyone. I would love one day to only grow 100% of my own food, but I know in reality that's not practical for me. And so I started sourcing local. I started buying my food different. I started buying food in bulk because I know as a person, I cannot take on all of that. I will, direct that energy towards, something that I love to do. I love growing my own food, but I don't have to take it all on at once. And
Right.
for people who aspire to be gardeners and they're looking at all these beautiful gardens and these harvests and abundance, trust me, behind all of that, there's some garden bed or plot that is somewhere not getting attention. Okay. So, even if you want to start growing your own food, you do not have to take it all in at once. Start with one thing, start with two things, start with what you can. And that's going to eventually grow and lead you down what will work for you and what won't work for you.
Yes. Yes. Fantastic advice. Fantastic advice. And on that note,